Omaha, Nebraska. It was a city built on movement. American settlers going west built on the banks of a river that traveled north to south. The city boomed and busted as Banks and the Union Pacific Railroad crossed the mighty Missouri River. From the Great Lakes to the Gulf of Mexico, native son Terence Crawford never wanted to be anywhere but home. For a budding fighter, Omaha was no place to find a championship fight. So like the early settlers, Terence Crawford was forced to chase his American dream and championship ambitions out west. As always, click that like button and subscribe to stay up to the minute on all sweet science. He found himself in Vegas, scheduled for an 8-round fight against another stepping stone to season him as a pro. But an elbow injury sidelined the 140-pound champion, leaving his challenger, 26-4 knockout artist Brettis Prescott, without an opponent. Terence took the fight. His first 10-rounder and his first ever fight at 140 on less than 3 days' notice. Terence could afford to dare to be great. He already knew he was. And for 10 rounds, he frustrated, embarrassed, and beat up the bigger man, no pun intended, handily, taking a lopsided unanimous decision and announcing himself on the world stage with the stoic swagger Omaha instilled in him.
Body shots by Crawford. Crawford could be taking it easy here and cruising to victory, but he wants to hurt his guy.
The winner by unanimous decision, still undefeated, from Omaha, Nebraska, Terence Crawford.
Crawford, to me, has the feeling of a guy we'll be talking about a generation from now. He has the feeling of an all-time great in his prime.
Terence would quickly drop back down to lightweight, where he would finally earn his title shot against two-weight WBO champion Ricky Burns. Burns had a 36-2-1 record, with several defenses of the 135-pound title around his waist. Terence Crawford had to leave Omaha again to chase the title across the Atlantic Ocean. On March 1st, 2013, Terence fought his first champion. The Scot started out strong as Terence opened up in the orthodox stance, but after a rough first round, Terence switched southpaw, fighting with his right hand forward, nullified the champion's jab, but his right hook became the most dangerous punch in the ring that night. As the rounds wore on, Terence tore into the champion and clearly took his title on all 3 cards.
Again, Burns being bullied back to the ropes, comes off this time, but can't find anything meaningful. Again, just gritting his teeth.
Pulling faces again, Nick, pulling faces. He's never looked comfortable in there tonight, never.
You can see why, obviously, top rank are touting him as the next big thing in America.
For his first defense, Terence finally came home. His title was another crossroads that intersected in Omaha. Terence took on Cuban star Yuri Orcus Gamboa in front of a raucous home crowd in Nebraska. They came in with identical records, but the tale of the tape was anything but. The early rounds of the fight were defined by Gamboa's speed and accuracy. Before long, Terence technically took him apart in the fight of the year, ruthlessly exploiting his reach advantage from the southpaw stance. A brave Gamboa got dropped for the first time in round 5.
And he's nailed with that left-handed drop. You're right, Larry, he was getting brave, and he was out of position. And the rest of this round, he's fighting on instinct.
And it was all downhill from there. He'd feel the floor 3 more times.
Oh, yeah. He dropped him, hit him with the right hand, then the left hand, and the knee went down.
Before a counter uppercut put him down one last time, before Omaha exploded.
He keeps battling, falling forward. Uppercut, drops him again. It's all over. Terence Crawford has stopped Yuri Orcus Gamboa to defend his title in his hometown.
Terence made one more defense at lightweight before returning to 140 for the first time in years, quickly picking up another championship belt, dispatched contender after contender. showing one of the most complete arsenals in the history of the sport. Not only could he jab with either hand, his defense on the outside is exceptional.
Now you see who's on the assault, not really landing many blows, and then bang, right across the jaw, left hand, and a solid right hand.
He could throw any punch with either hand, from either stance, with beautiful fluidity. His footwork and ring craft was second to none. A generation of 140-pounders waited at the crossroads in Omaha to sell their souls for a shot at the championship. The signature fight of his career is his 3-round destruction of 6-foot-tall Namibian lefty named Julius Indongo. Indongo had captured the remaining titles at 140 pounds as he and Terence rose to the top of the division. Terence fought left-handed the entire fight as he handily picked Indongo's long left hand with a brilliant use of the shoulder roll before dropping him with a left in round 2.
Right hand to the body. You're going to see the left hand coming up right there behind the ear.
In round 3, he finished him with a 3-piece that left Indongo laid out.
I love it. It's body punching. Body punching is a lost art now sport.
Crawford, as a part-time southpaw, picked apart and brutally stopped a taller natural lefty. The skills required speak for themselves.
He's the undisputed champion of the world.
Then, Terence fought the controversial conqueror of Manny Pacquiao, Australia's Jeff Horn. He was a pressure fighter. Jeff tried to use wide hooks to trap Terence on the ropes. Jeff tried to impose his physicality, but ended up walking himself onto endless counters.
Big left hand, right hook, uppercut, sends him back. Another left hand and a knockdown score.
It devolved into another statement of intent. The Devil of Omaha was now accepting welterweight souls.
That's it! It's over! It's over! We celebrated an undefeated Triple Count winner in New York today, and now a Triple Division World Champ here in Vegas. Bud Crawford on top of the world.
I don't see nothing special in Crawford. I don't know why everyone's scared of him. He's in there. Everyone's sleeping. Everyone's sleeping, and soon they wake up because I'm going to beat his ass come Saturday.
He said we all bark but no bite. Come Saturday, he going to find out how hard I bite.
Against another 6-footer, Jose Benavidez Jr., Terence put on another absolute masterclass. Took the taller man apart.
Combinations again to the head and body.
Where is that body shot we saw before?
And with 15 seconds left in the fight, shut the lights off with a vicious upper KO.
I do physically feel I'm the bigger guy. The reason I say I'm the bigger guy is because I fought in the 147-pound division for a longer time.
Come Saturday, I'll show you who the bigger fighter is.
Then toyed with Amir Khan for 5 rounds, including a first-round knockdown.
Oh, he scores a knockdown! Bud Crawford with a first-round knockdown!
He forced him to quit after a low blow. Every fight, regardless of his opponent's style, is met with its stylistic poison. It might take some time, but he kills everything he touches in the ring.
Terence is a great fighter. I'm not taking anything away from him. I now realize why he's one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, And there's a man they call the boogeyman at 147.
That's me. First of all, it wasn't a low blow. And second of all, Virgil knew the fight was going, in a bad direction, and he saved his fighter before anything bad happened to him.
Short fighters are met with ruthless reach exploiting tactics. Tall fighters are boxed at range until he found counters. Pressure fighters get check hooked and pushed back. He might be the most complete fighter in boxing and is in the conversation for top pound for pound. The river of souls belonging to the devil streams through Omaha, parallel to the mighty Missouri. For Terence, only 2 require reaping. the 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao looks on his last brilliant legs, and brutal body puncher Errol Spence Jr. The crossroads of welterweight glory run through Omaha, and Terence Crawford waits, smiling.